I'm going to tell you my Brooklyn story. This is crazy. I don't know where it came from. It came out of nowhere. I was looking for a place to panhandle, and because most of the places in Manhattan where I panhandle, or where I hang out at, there's no real streets that I would like to panhandle on. And since I've been in New York, I don't see a whole lot of panhandlers here, and nowhere I've been. So, I'm not really comfortable with it, and then the streets aren't built for it in the areas that I've been. So I decided to catch the train in another part of the city in Brooklyn to see what the streets look like down there. So I did. I was in Brooklyn, just right off the edge, right outside the area of Manhattan, off of High Street. So it wasn't far deep in Brooklyn, but in Brooklyn. So I went into Brooklyn to panhandle, and I saw a little place over there that had streets that looked familiar, that looks like a place where I can do some panhandling. And then I look over the corner, and there was a 7-Eleven, and I have this drink that I mix with almond milk and chocolate mix and honey, and I usually put ice in it to make it cold, and that's my little drink that I have sometimes. So I went to the 7-Eleven, and I know you can get ice in 7-Eleven. So I went to the 7-Eleven, and I asked the guy at the counter, I said, so where's the ice machine? So he tells me where. I go back to the back and get the ice. And then I come back, and I'm get my ice, and I'm starting to walk out. He said $1.50. I said, oh, man. I said, I'm sorry. Most 7-Elevens, you can just get ice. I said, I didn't know. I said, I don't have $1.50. And then he goes, so why did you get it? And I was like, oh, gosh. I said, well, most 7-Elevens you can get ice. And I wasn't thinking. I said, I'm sorry, like that. He goes, well, $1.50. I said, I don't have it. He goes, well, give me $1. And I said, I don't have that either. He said, so what makes you think you can come in here and get my ice for free? I said, well, sir, I'm sorry. I thought 7-Elevens you can get ice. And he went on with something else. And then this other guy came up as he was talking. And then I finally said, look, hey, I don't want any trouble. I didn't know that I had to pay for it. I said, look, I'll go. He had a sink in behind his counter. I said, here, you can just take the ice and dump it out, and I'm sorry. He goes, well, that's a waste. And I'm thinking, oh, this guy's looking for trouble. It's not about the ice, because he's going on and on. And so the other guy jumps in calmly and says, something to the extent of, why did you come in here in the first place? And I said, well, it was the closest place, and it was a 7-Eleven. And then I said, look, I'll just go to the back, and I'll just dump it back into the ice area in the little sink in the ice in the back. He goes, no, come back. And I said, look, I'm not looking for trouble. I'm really not. And then something came over me, and I don't know where this came from. It came out of nowhere. I said, hey, and I even said it like this, hey, I don't come in Brooklyn that much. I'm barely in here. You'll never see me again. I said it just like that, like I'm a true New Yorker, I said, hey, I'm never come to Brooklyn. I said, why did you? I said, you'll never see me again. And he looked at me and he goes, all right, get out of here, like that. And I said, okay, you'll never see me again. And I got out of the store. But yeah, that's my Brooklyn story, and I don't know where that came from. I wasn't thinking about it. It came out of the blue, and it came out in a Brooklyn accent. I can't believe it. Where did that come from? Am I turning New York?